What's up guys, Rab here from Rabtastic Paints, hoping to get this video done in one take because I am really tired today. It was a small tournament yesterday, 3 games, 800 points, so yeah, it was quite fun. 1 win, 2 losses. I took Fail Beans of Mirkwood, so it was Razgoosh, Spider Queen, an Orc Tracker and 25 spiders, 12 giant spiders and 13 Mirkwoods. So I had 13 paralyzes per turn, shooting attacks. It was pretty fun, very memeless, just for a bit of a laugh, but it was a great way to end 2023 for me. This has been a very trying year, but it's been a great year for the channel and for the hobby for me, I guess. I got into MESBG this year, I'm sure. In fact, I've got my stuff here. Let's tell you exactly. So my first MESBG video was March this year. Yeah, I'm sure I got the Skeleton box for Christmas because I was humming and hawing. Was I going to get that? Or was I going to get one of the Star Wars Legion boxes? I think I made the right choice because Star Wars Shatterpoint came out this year. Yeah. And I've not heard much about Legion since, so yeah. Got the Skeleton box for Christmas and made my first video of painting Morannon Orcs in March. Went to my first tournament in April? Where is it? Ambush Air, June. In June. Went to my first tournament in June. So I've only been playing this game for 6 months. Mad? Yeah, I've only been playing this game for 6 months. And I've managed 2 wooden spoons. Got a lot of it. I probably should have had more actually. Oh, yeah, it's been a great year for the hobby. I've really enjoyed it, made so many great friends. I had so much fun. So to round out the year, I wanted to do the lazy content creator thing of an AMA, Ask Me Anything. So I posted on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, maybe, a few places, and in Discord as well, asking people to ask me questions. I'll answer them, and it'll be a nice, easy, chilled, relaxed video for you to watch on your New Year's Eve or January 1st, depending where you are. I know I've got some viewers in Australia, so Happy New Year, I guess, if it is already. Right, as you can tell, my voice is pretty knackered, so let's get to the questions. I'm trying to do this in one take, don't expect any editing. Question number 1 came from Lawforge, Dan, one of my patrons, and says, what's your next army project for 2024? Great question, because I've got it right here. It's the Moria Goblins. I think it's probably going to be my next project because they're sitting right here. I've got some models to build and paint for a bat rep I'm doing, but I think Moria is going to be the next army project. I just built 24 spiders. I don't know what I'd do anymore because the basing alone took like 2 days. So I think Moria Goblins, nice easy one, and quite hardy though, actually. There's quite a lot of them. So I've got 6 prowlers, the 30 troops. I've got Groblog, Ashrak, Druzag, not Mablung, that's one of the Rangers. The other Groblog and Durbers, yes, the 4 heroes of Moria that aren't Balrogs. So yeah, that's probably my next project, I think. Yeah, I don't have anything else. I've got like out of sight over there are boxes of unpainted minis that don't exist. But yeah, thanks for the question, Dan, and for being a patron for so long. You were my first patron. You are a legend. Next question. Another question about armies. Will you start a Dwarf Army soon? We'd love to see you paint them and make more terrain for them. That's come from Minnie, Lord of the Rings. If you don't follow Minnie on YouTube, go follow him. He's a good guy. I really want to do a Dwarf Army. I really do. The problem with it is I don't like Iron Hills. I think they just don't have many options. They've got like 4 troops and a couple of heroes. If you don't count Thorn's Company, I guess. I really like the look of Khazad-dûm, not Kingdom of Moria, like proper Durin. So I might do that. Yeah, I guess I have actually made some terrain for them. I've got the Balanced Tomb, and I've got the Watcher on the Water diorama. Guess that is both in Moria, so that kind of works. Yeah, I could see myself making a nice diorama. Fun enough, the one diorama I want to make is the Gates of Erebor, so I could maybe do them either Battle of the Five Armies, or when they fight against the Easterlings and the end of the War Ring. Is it called the Defense of Erebor? So I could do like a big Gates of Erebor, but that would mean having to paint Iron House and maybe Easterlings. Ugh. Thank you for the question. Question number 3. What faction/army do you hate to play against, and why? Elves. Because fight value. Fight value is the worst. Fight value is the worst, but especially when you mostly play evil armies and you never have the fight value. Isengard's good because 4's pretty solid, but when you come against elves and it's all 5s and 6s, it's horrible. It just means that if your opponent knows a 6, it's okay, you've won. Game over. And when you're playing elves, sometimes you can go whole turns without rolling a single dice. You just let them do it instead. Like, you've got hard fight value, set the bar. Well, there's a 6. Never mind. Yeah, I don't like elves, which is why I'm not painting any. Except Legless. It was terrible. Thank you for the question, Lewis. Question number 4 is from Cammy on Paints Are 4, but another guy you should go and follow if you don't already. Really nice guy. And he asked what's been your favourite MESBG event you've been to. Good question. Probably the one I beat you at. Nah. Me and Cammy are 1-1. He beat me at Last Alliance, and I beat him in Paisley. So, best event, favourite event. Oof. They've all been really good. I have to say Air. Air was brilliant. It was my first ever event. It was a 2-day event, so I got to like go away for 3 days. We went and visit people down there. Stayed in a hotel for a couple of nights. Had a great laugh. It was good to meet everyone that I've been talking to in Discord and YouTube stuff for a couple of months. And everyone was so friendly, so nice, and it was my first ever game, and I won my first ever game, which was brilliant for me. Yeah, I think Air was probably the best tournament. I'm looking forward to Air this year, next year, depending on when you post this. But yeah, that's probably my favourite one. Although, as I said, every tournament's been good. Thank you, Gammy. Next question. How far are you willing to travel for events? Good follow-on question. I really want to go to one of the events in Ireland. A few of the boys over there have been asking me to come over and play, so yeah, I'll be quite interested in going over to Ireland. I don't drive, which is my own fault, and nobody else to blame but myself, so that kind of hampers me. It's ridiculous as well, and this is, I rant about this all the time. I live in Glasgow, no secret. If there's an event in Stirling, which is just see, that's the thing. If you don't drive, you don't know distances. Glasgow to Stirling is. I should put distance in as well. Glasgow to Stirling is 26.5 miles. It's not that far. 35 minutes in the car, it says. If I have a tournament on a Sunday in Stirling, which again is half an hour away, I cannot get there on public transport before 11 o'clock. And most tournaments kick off at like 10. It's ridiculous. The public transport in Scotland is shocking, especially at the weekend. It just doesn't exist. Like, people from major cities can't get to each other before 11 o'clock. What the hell? No trains, no buses. Yeah. How far am I willing to travel? As far as I can. I definitely want to go to Ireland this year. Next year. 2024. Thank you for the question, Carson. Question 6. Yes. How many times have you had to fix JMax 3D printer this year? From Cameron Law, the most handsome man in the northeast of Scotland. I set it up for him, so that counts as one. I got my 3D printer a couple of years ago. I was talking to John about how great it is. Probably, like, if you want to kit bash, you print off any little bit you want. If you want to use proxies or just have a bit of a laugh. And it says, yeah, I've got one, it's Lionmatic, I've never used it. So I said, right, I'll help you set it up. I did, and I think I've fixed it twice since then. And that's not counting all the texts or phone calls or video calls to diagnose what's wrong with it. Yeah, so I'm gonna say free. I'm gonna say free. And I'm sure he'll have something to say about that. Thank you for the question, Cammy. Next question. What's your favourite SBG army to play and why? That's a really good question. I really like playing Mordor because so many options. Because they have so many options. Gothmog is good fun. Hatred Man's great. That reroll as well for all orcs within 12 inches. Fantastic. You can wipe out like an entire battle line in one good turn. I've been using Razgush a lot because he has Hatred Elf. And I hate elves. Which is what I used yesterday at the tournament. It's Fell Beings. So you get Razgush and 25 spiders that hate elves. Great. Strength 5. It's +1 to wound. Rerolling ones on elves. Fantastic. I didn't play many elves though, so it didn't get much use. Really liked using Rohan, but they're very iffy. If you have priority and you get the charge, you're fine. They're great. But if you get charged or you get trapped, they're really rubbish. Maybe I played them badly, but yeah. And Isengard, as I said, pretty sort of solid noob army. Everything's average, and they're really easy to use. But yeah, I think I'm going to stick with Mordor. I really like my Mordor army. I don't know what else I'm going to add to it. I want to get a Kardush, which is hard to get hold of. Without a 3D printer. And maybe some of the Morannon guys, like Gothmog's pals, not the Enforcer, but like Goroth and the other ones. Zagdush? And the guy with the skulls in his head. I might try and get a hold of them just to add to my Mordor list, and then allow me to run Army of Gothmog. And I really want a Troll Chieftain. That would really round out my Mordor list making ability. Because I've got 3 trolls already. So I think a Troll Chieftain, 3 trolls. That's fine. I've everything I ever need. Thank you for the question. Question number 8. How much wood would Woodchuck chuck if Woodchuck could chuck wood? I almost got away with that one there. I expect detailed factual evidence, ideally in the form of a dissertation. Would accept a video reenactment of you dressed as a woodchuck in a forest somewhere. I had to take 2 drinks for that one. Do you mean a North American woodchuck or a European woodchuck? Because I can't answer that question without knowing that. I don't have a video reenactment, but I will give you a picture of me chopping wood in Canada. The axe broke on the next swing, which I think I've got a picture actually. Yeah, that's the best I've looked in a while. Thank you for the question. Question number 9. Would you rather fight 10 duck-sized horses or 1 horse-sized duck? Explain why. Right. I will always fight 1 horse-sized duck. Numbers advantage any day of the week. 1-on-1, I'll take my chances against anything. 10 to 1, you're in trouble. I know you can say that, yeah, just give them like 10 boots. Ducks aren't small. They're not tiny. I'll take the 1 horse-sized duck. I think if you can, duck beaks aren't sharp, and the teeth don't really. No, it could maybe duck. Also, horses aren't that big either. I'm 6'1". I'm about the size of a horse. Really? Yeah, I think I could take a horse-sized duck. Just get around, get on the back, rear naked choke, done. The wings would be, quite a. They fly as well, or you'd be in trouble if they flew away with you hanging in the back of them. No, I'll stick to it. They've got really weak legs, maybe just like run and drop kick one of the legs, sweep round the back, rear naked choke. Done. I could do that. Thank you for the question, Ferry Jambo. And question number 10 from Ross. Is Fraser indeed a massive pie? No, he's not. He's not that bad. He's pretty forgetful. He's taken and forgot to bring back objects of mine. Yeah, took him like 3 attempts to bring me a model as well. He can be quite forgetful, but in his defence, his event was my most watched tournament vlog, and he was part of my first bat rep, which technically I guess my most viewed and liked bat rep. So he's responsible for 2 of my best performing videos. So I think Fraser dodges the pie accusations for another week at least. Thank you, Ross, another one of my glorious patrons. I lost my place there. Question 11. How long have you grown your beard? Good question. It doesn't just grow. I do trim it quite often. Not quite often. I do trim it often. Shape it. I don't go mad about it. I've got products. I never use them. Used to use beard oil quite a lot, just because it was really dry and rubbish. Especially if you live in a country like Scotland, which is cold all the time. So yeah, some beard oil is good. The last time I was clean shaven was February of 2018. That's a terrifying picture. My hairline's actually not got that much worse since then. And I was in a lot better shape back then. That was a picture in the gym. It's not just a picture of me in a toilet sweating. Yeah, 2018, February 2018. That was taken when I was last clean shaven. So never again. Question 12 from James Gilray. Who's been your best and worst opponent this year? Name and shame. Well, worst opponent's easy. It was the bastard that took Vanquishers of the Necromancer to a friendly tournament yesterday, James. I've not had any bad opponents. I've had a couple of occasions where people have misplayed the rules and I've not known. I don't think there's any malice involved in any of those times because it's quite new players. So I'm willing to let that go as just people not knowing the rules and me not knowing the rules as well. I've never had to play like that guy or one of those guys that measure your movement for you to make sure you're moving exactly 6 inches, or I've never had anyone like pull me up for anything stupid like that. Everyone's been really easygoing and chill. So many people as well were like, you sure you want to do that? Do you want to do this instead? And I never, obviously I'd never played tabletop games before this, but I'd painted Warhammer and been told horror stories about rules nerds and stuff. None of that here at all. I think the only game that leaves a bad taste in my mouth was when I was playing someone at an event, and it was the last turn. The TO had called last turn. We had finish our movement phase, finish our shooting phase, and we'd looked at the table and like, yeah, I can't kill enough models to break you. I can't get to your place, and he's, I think this is it. Like, the game's over. Do you want to just call it here? And I was like, yeah, sure. And then his friend says, no. If you, I think it's a heroic combat, or maybe we hadn't moved yet. He says, no, if you move within 3 inches of that objective marker, Rab won't get full points for it and you'll actually draw instead of Rab winning. And he's like, oh, okay. Moved his piece and says, right, end the game. I was like, come on. Where was my help? That was the only game that left a bit of a bad taste in my mouth, because anytime I've watched someone play a game, especially a competitive game at a tournament, I just keep my mouth shut. I don't give any input, and I think that's pretty well established. So that one left a bit of a bad taste in my mouth, because it went from winning the game to drawing the game. If it had meant nothing, I wouldn't have cared. But yeah, that was the only one. As for best opponent, just to get the sour grapes out of my mouth, everyone's been really good. I've had some really great games against Christopher Murphy, Stoff, 2 great games against him. Been brilliant, good fun, and he knows rules really well. He's one of the first guys I go to if I get any questions. I've had some really fun games against Jamie Moore as well. Just great stories and lots of help with building army lists. Games against Fraser, I've had like 6 of them, mostly on Tabletop Simulator. They've been fun as well. I can't really think who. You can't really choose who your best opponent was. The people that I've beaten are my best opponents by far. No, there's so many good guys in this community, and I've been lucky enough to play against most of them. Sorry, not both of them. Only 2, but against most of them. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Some good opponents, and even James when I played you yesterday. Although you almost tabled me in like 4 turns, it was still a fun game. But I think that's probably because I was about 6 cans of Jack and Coke deep by the time we started playing. Cheers again. Cheers, James. 13. Question 13. Can you hit the griddy? Absolutely not. I think if I attempted to hit the griddy, my hips and knees would simultaneously explode. I'm not going to attempt it, and I'm sorry guys, I don't have like a little video clip of me attempting it. I can't dance. Thank you for the question though. Question 14, who's the worst moor? From John. So if you don't know, there are 3 moors at least in the Scottish MESBG scene. Jamie, Douglas, Lewis. Got that first time, brilliant. Played Jamie and Douglas, not played Lewis yet. But none of them are bad, and John's just mean. They're all good guys. I've had good games against all of them. If I had to say one, I will say Lewis because I've not played them yet. And I think the last time I seen him he was using the elves. And we have another question from John, who asked on Instagram how much yo. I didn't know if he was inquiring about the availabilities of my services or if he'd been cut off halfway through. So I asked him to clarify, and he says no, my VPN cut out. He was in China over the holidays. I can't remember what I was going to ask. Yeah. Thanks for the question, John. And that's it. That's all the questions that I got from everyone. Thank you for everyone. A big thank you especially to my patrons who I forgot to thank in my last bat rep because I'm an idiot. I was too busy just trying to film a bat rep. When I finished editing and posted it, I realised, crap, I forgot to thank you guys. You guys are all legends. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. It's crazy for me to think when I look back at the beginning of the year making videos about painting Moran Orcs that I would now be sitting here with people paying for my videos because they enjoy my content. It just blows me away. The channel's had quite a year. We are sitting at 657 subscribers, which is brilliant. My goal was 1,000 for the end of the year, but I think I was grossly overestimating how well I would do. Yeah, so 657 is good. If I can get 1,000 by the end of next year, I'll still be blown away. And I've had some really fun videos this year. A lot of great tournaments, doing the terrain stuff like the Dead Marshes and Balanced Tomb, building my board, building the Watcher, the water with the resin pour. I'm just glad you guys have enjoyed watching the content. Next year I'm going to try and do a lot more bat reps. I think I really enjoy bat reps. I think it's one of those sort of evergreen content where anyone can sit down and watch a bat rep from 3-4 years ago and it's largely the same rules, so it doesn't really matter. Whereas like if I said how to paint Moria goblins, the models are 20 years old, like there's 100 videos of someone painting them, and I can't paint for shit either, so that's not really enjoyable content. So yeah, expect more bat reps in 2024. It's a rad promise. Guys, happy new year if it is January 1st for you already. Happy Hogmanay for my Scottish guys. I am going to go get some food and start drinking to celebrate. It's 31st of December, still here. Hopefully this video will be out today. I'll give you something to watch before the bells. I'm away to get pished. Look after yourselves and take care.